think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The shotgun snap for Newton. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start, both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Topper. Check. 11. Hey, gun.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
80 weapons. Yeah, let's get 65.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
1, Omaha. Hey, Charlie. Lock.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
11. Mike, 56. I got you. 56.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Gun.
Tighten up. 56. Mike's 56.
Back to throw, Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
50, 80, 20.
Artis Payne fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Gun. Check nickel.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 35 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth-quarter do-or-die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Check 9.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. It's Coleman here. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to more there, and that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Panthers.
Sit. What is it? Great, great.
Come on. Show it up. Show it up. Check, check. Lucky.
Now the man from nearby Stanford, Christian McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Check 56. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him play that tight D.
There's Newton now on second down. Now he'll escape to his right. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Right there. 56.
Newton on first down. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
To try again after the sack. Newton, he'll let this go for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Christian. McCaffrey, 41 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Gano the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Hey, gun. I got you. Hey, Zoo.
All day. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
21. Here we go. Hey, hot.
Garoppolo on first down. This one to Bourne out on the left side. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
21. Hey, Delta.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
56 to Mott, boys. 56. Check 56. Silver.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Carolina getting set to take the field. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And
down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Gun. 56. Man. Gun. Switch it. Switch it. Hold. 56.
Here's Newton. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
One, Omaha. Bravo.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Get ready.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's going to air one out, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. He was trying to go back to more there, and it's third down. From the gun, here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
56 to Mike. 56. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day. Mike's 56. Mike's 50.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. He finds an opening past the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 75 yards. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Gold with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay. Right at the 8.
56. I smell fear in that offense.
8.
I smell fear in that offense. Check.
On first down, Newton. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
From the gun, Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
At the 47-yard line.
Now Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they aren't able to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Get him. Get him. Get him. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Let's go, D. Let's go.
And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Gun. Mike 56. Mike's 56.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
That's it. Big hit. 56. Mike 56. Right there. Gun.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Gun. Switch.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check. 56. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Under 10. 10. 8.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
He's coming.
They snap it to Newton. Dancing to his left. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here we go. 780. 54. It's halftime, guys.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Newton to throw. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Able to get there and pick it. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's McKinnon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
20! And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, 49 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check three. 20. 56. 56, right there. 56. Let's go. 36. Back.
Play 50.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach told me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
56, right there.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now Newton on 1st down. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Cameron Artis-Payne. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
20.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Touchdown, 49ers! Tevin Coleman, 56 yards. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
What's that? Black 80?
Mike's 56.
Great, great. Gun, gun.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker. Complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the 50, Newton. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's a second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The Panthers on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Newton throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
56.
Hey, tighten down.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
13.
Garoppolo looking to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Mike's 59.
I got this. 12, fellas, here we go.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. Switch.
11. Hey, exit. Set on.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Hey, echo.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Danny. Out.
Gun.
Mike's by 4. Let's pick it up.
Hey!
Let's get off the field.
One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Rush in.
Express! Greg!
Mike's 54. Pick it up, guys. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
Get it!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.